the man, yes sir, they killed the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for our legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the pack of Lewis.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too short, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grind together, we all came from hunger pain.
That is what's up. Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd. So what is up, my people? Today, all year, coming with another wonderful episode of On Screen. Man, look, we ain't gonna waste nobody's time. We talking about Doom Patrol. You know what I'm saying? And I'm joined right over here by the Star Wars loving, should be a little bit happier today than he was yesterday, due to a little baby piece of news. Hannibal Taboo.
I just woke up. I'm not 100% sure what the news is, so I'm gonna get happy later.
Got that little Kenobi drop, you know.
Oh, I did see a dash of that. I saw a dash of that.
A little piece, like a little concept art. Not.
I wasn't mad at nobody on Disney Plus there. I'm like, look, I'm already eating good. I'm eating good. I ain't got to be mad at y'all. Get your food. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, there's too much good stuff going on to be super mad these days. Well, I mean, about other stuff, but I mean about geek stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, say hey.
Hey.
So,
stop.
Doom Patrol season finale. We here. We got Malcolm Lee in the chat. Perk minded. What's up? Good to see y'all sunshiny faces. I want to start this off because we might have some people coming through, through the side door a little bit later. But I'll start this off by saying, wow, Rita.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Woo.
What your man Harvey Dent say? You either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
Yeah, that man. Because at first she's like putting the pot on the stove, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm guessing she's making tea, like have the conversation with him or whatever. Then she goes and unscrews the top. I was like, uh-oh. The girl's already like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Something right.
Whenever if you see somebody brain out, it's a bad day. That's not good for business.
Yo, that. Ooh.
Got real.
Wow.
Yeah, got very real.
Yeah, Rita does not play. If you take Rita to that moment, because usually Rita's kind of cool, and she even got cool after that. Like after she did that, she was kind of cool after that. But man, Rita's changed a lot this season.
Well, let's not forget, Rita's over 150 years old now. She went back in time and lived another 70 years straight through. So, I got some old relatives. They're kind of cranky. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and then to meet someone and be like, hey, I'm part of this crew. I feel involved and excited and everybody's having a wonderful time. Then to be betrayed by this person and see everybody kind of like beat up or shackled or killed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be too pleased with the people that set that in motion.
Yeah.
And
she.
Malai, the only one that got out. Malai was like, all right, man, I'm out.
Malai is the illest. Malai was like, you know what? We are not going to do this. We're not going to do this today. Malai out.
Like, look, I don't care what you do. If you so evil, you can get out of this yourself.
That part.
Matter of fact, when I guess DeMille or whatever Madame Rouge, whatever, when she's like shaking around on the gurney, I was like, You get a little wiggly around Cliff right there. Yeah,
I will
Cliff.
say,
Oh, hold up.
Cliff's brain is a lot tough. If that jar, tough dude.
He's one tough cookie.
Yeah.
But all right, so on the serious side, Cliff, inside Cliff's head, technically, is when we have two serious moments, one with Madame Rouge and also one with Jane. Slash K slash, whoever, And the moment with Madame Rouge, it was like, once again, I'm like, Cliff is grown. Like he's not there, but Cliff is grown, all right? Cliff is really, really grown. Like, because he's telling her, like, hey, look, you can change, you can be different, you don't have to do what they want you to do. You can, basically every other day is a new chance. You know what I'm saying? You have the control. I'm like, wow, this isn't the clip that we knew from season 1. New clip.
It's not.
Even being like, hey, I gotta change. Like he took back control of his body. He's like, I gotta change. I gotta go meet my friends. I gotta go speak to my daughter and everything. And of course, the line your favorite line. I'll let you go in and drop that.
Fam. I'm sitting there watching the show this week, and I had to stop and Instagram you and be like, yo, fam. Cliff said, I was so focused on being great, I forgot to be good. Fam, I stopped and I pressed play. I got up and walked around the house. I was like, fam, what you got? Wow. Because as a dad, here's where it really hit me, especially as a dad, right? Because I got crazy ambitions. I got Project Wildfire coming out in a couple weeks in comic book stores. I got other contracts I'm trying to sign. I got business going on. But I still got this family here. I got to focus on what Yoda said, where you are, what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, I was like, damn, okay, I want to be great, but I got to be good. And that's, that dichotomy is a difficult one for people who grew up, like Cliff did, who don't have a lot. People who had to struggle for what they got. People who got a lot of it too fast, a lot of it too soon. And watching him grow through that is fascinating, dog. It's fascinating.
Yeah, that, I remember I was watching, I paused and I was just like, I just like stood for a second, like, man, okay. Because, like you said, we have all these dreams, these plans, but similar to, if any of you guys are watching the Will Smith, his documentary, the Best Shape of My Life, it's on YouTube. He has this moment where he reads the book that he's coming out with, or maybe he already dropped it, I don't know. But the book that he's coming out with to his kids. And that whole thing about, having a father who, was beating on your mom. I've been there. Having your kid and being like, I just want to be a good dad. And just cry. Like he said, he's holding his kid and crying. I was like, I remember. Like, unfortunately, little Mike was a preemie. But I remember I had my hand, you had to go in, watch everything. I had my hand in that little box. And I had my mom on the phone and I was crying saying, I just want to be a good dad. That's all I could get out. Yeah. So then you fast forward and you're like, I spent all this time trying to be great and I forgot to be good. And it's like that, it's like, even for me, because this can be kind of like a little mini therapy for people watching, like, okay, let me make sure I'm being the dad I need to be instead of like, even streaming and stuff. Like, am I playing enough with him? Am I, because there's a lot of times where I might be working because, I have a regular 9 to 5. So I'm working and he wants to play, he wants to jump around. And it's just like, I try to be conscious of how many times I'm telling him, no, I can't play, because it's like, he's 3, he just want to play. He just want to hang out with his dad. And it's those things, it was like, wow. And then, of course, his daughter is a grown woman now. So that's a whole, that's a whole thing where you're trying to repair it, and me seeing it like, all right, I don't want to have to try to repair it. I want to try to like mend it as it goes along.
Or maybe not even tear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The line, I mean, it hit me so hard based on my life, on the life of my friends, on the life of people I've seen. You know, it was just like, I was like, dang, that was some cold joint on me right there on the Doom. Oh, I'm sorry, on the Doom Force.
Doom Force. You were so serious about the Doom Force too. All right, so shout out to Solar Gray. He's up in the house. What up? What up? Oh, you can't hear? Oh, you can hear us? All right, cool. So right now we're talking about the statement of from Cliff, basically saying, "I spent so much time trying to be great, I forgot to be good." It kind of like what that meant to us and all that.
Oh my God! Sorry about that. Just to give people a little heads up, the Wizards Tower is on Spectrum, and it's down in my area. Yeah. So
they be messing around.
Yeah, they've been doing something. I don't know.
Spectrum be tripping sometimes.
Yeah, bruh. So, I spent so long trying to be great that I forgot to be good, bruh. Bruh. In a nutshell, I can see that as the thesis statement for 90% of the sympathetic villains that are out there. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Any villain that isn't like I'm just crazy for the sake of being crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they were like, hey, I'm setting out trying to fix something or right or wrong. Somewhere I took a left turn or a right turn, and now we're here. And all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy. It's like, well, yeah, you kind of are the bad guy.
Yeah,
like your man Krennic, he was like, "Dog, I'm just trying to get a good annual review on my job. I'm just trying to get a good annual review and finish this project that's been stalled so I can get a promotion." And this hoity-toity sucker Tarkin keeps talking bad about me and trying to steal credit for my work. I just want to be recognized as good at my job. And yes, that may kill thousands of people, but still, I'm just saying that's what I'm about.
Are you for real?
Sorry, I just watched Rogue One again.
Rogue One is a great example of like corporate America, though.
Yeah.
Especially on the Empire side. Like you're working super hard and you're like, man, this is gonna be my breakout thing. After this, I can put this on my resume. I can go for supervisor positions. And your supervisor like, little do you know, I'm about to take credit for that.
All of it. All of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
But that moment with him, that moment with him and Madame Rouge that led to him and his daughter, I was like, Cliff, you know what? Cliff, you didn't change. You came up. I mean, you still crazy, but you came up. You made me happy. I'm glad to see you there. And then furthermore with James, I was like, wow, this is, I mean, you kind of, because you got that kind of like surrogate father-daughter thing going. And I'm just like, y'all really doing it this episode. Y'all really doing it. And you're doing it without particularly needing this bombastic fight or anything like that. I mean, we did talk about Rita.
That was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
it's like I might have killed somebody on accident, but
Well, talking about Cliff and Madame Rouge, I do gotta say, one, can I give props to these writers for predicting everything that their viewers would actually say and think? Because 90%, like every time I looked at the time machine and I'm like, oh, it erases your memory when you use it to go outside of your time, outside of your established time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I keep getting stuck with the one phrase that I have when it comes to teenagers and horror movies, not leaving the campsite. that we better warn the rest of the gang. Leave a note. It's that hard. Who am I? What am I? Why am I? This is what the plan is in case I forget. So, when she used the time machine again, came out with the letters stating who everybody is, what her part thing was. I'm like, thank you.
Because Vic pointed to the letter. She was like, oh, okay, all right. I'm this person. All right, and that's okay. All right.
Tracksuit, got it.
No problem. Tracksuit. All right.
Yeah, and that moment between her and Cliff, where it was like, you're gonna stop this thing. It's like, dude, what are you gonna do? Hit me with the wrench? I'm already dying.
Yeah.
And Cliff read her like a dictionary, and it was brilliant. And in truth, I don't think anyone else on the cast could have done that. No other member of the Doom Patrol could have reached her like that. Because let's face it, all in all, Cliff was this close to being a villain in the first place. When it came to he was already a villain with his interactions with his family and friends. It's just he wasn't world dominant. He was chaotic, selfish. So him appealing to that side of her, or should I say the appeal to that side of that character couldn't have been done by anyone else. Like at all. At all. And yeah, I sincerely thought that it was brilliant. And major props to this show for proper use of battles. Because one of the things I can't stand about Joss Whedon is that everybody's racing each other to crack jokes and be the witty. And in this particular one, it was like, okay, can somebody help me? I'm trapped inside a giant robot. Wait a minute. I'm always in a giant robot.
Yeah. He's like, hold up. That's what I've been forever.
Yeah. Huh?
It's like, hold up. I've been this.
But the timing on that came out so brilliantly, in my opinion, because Cliff said the line at the same time I did.
It's like, that's what you are.
It's like, in opposed to, oh yeah, I'm always in a robot body. I'm like, did he hear me? All right, hold on.
Didn't he though? Didn't he hear you?
Yeah.
With this show, I wouldn't I wouldn't doubt it. I really would.
Now, we did get some leaks to maybe future issues or whatever, or it might have been solved after we do our time travel. But Jane goes through the fog again. You know what I'm saying? We see Underground is not in good shape.
Many questions about that. Many questions.
Yes. So let's go on and get into the whole Jane Underground, Overground, control, not control of it all.
The first thing to start out on that, I gotta say, is that the Jane Underground story arc was a masterclass in swagger. Okay? Absolute masterclass in swagger. All was said and done, Jane looks at the chick. Were you doing that to help everybody or just to get my attention? Well, girl, whichever one, take whatever answer that would make you come around me. Poof. I'm like, okay, posture, vocal tones. Because on my best day, I have never had that much swag.
That was smooth. She dropped that pretty smooth on it.
I mean, the only way that could have been smoother if she had been wearing a gangster suit with a white fedora and did a lean to 30 degrees. I mean, that's
not to 30 degrees though.
Nice.
Just straight up.
I do have an underground question though that was bothering me. Okay.
All right.
You got a mountain of rubble blocking the underground. You got the personalities. Where's Sun Daddy? Where's the sun? I mean, because it seems like if you need to move a whole bunch of stuff with massive destruction, you want the sun daddy to show up and be like, "Yep, walking right through that." There's a very powerful personality missing, and I'm concerned about that
because they let the black woman personality take center stage.
I mean,
So
yes,
like, hey,
that, but I'm talking about the bomb. The Sun King is a weapon of mass destruction superpower walking around somewhere that I don't know where it is. I didn't see it in the fog. I didn't see it in the underground. That means when is it going to pop up and how much stuff is it going to blow up?
See, that he hasn't been introduced within the structure of the narrative. So
we've seen the Sun Daddy. We've seen the Sun Daddy show up in giant size and destroy a bunch of stuff. That was seasons ago.
Hang on.
There's a personality that has the head of a sun, and it's a giant.
Oh, okay. My bad. Yeah, I don't know, but
I know what happened. We're gonna have a huge part where Rita is pushing, a giant robot in Cliff, and we don't have money for that. Well,
the realness comes through.
Right?
We don't have money for that.
The real villain was the budget all along.
That reminds me of every backstage thing I've been while I was shadowing producers. And wouldn't it be cool if the Sun King came out and stopped Cliff and all that stuff? Yeah, it would.
Yeah, it would. That's it.
Would have been nice.
But it was cool to see them working together. Jane's kind of like realization now of where she is. Like, she's definitely, it's weird. Jane is very much the leader, but still people don't look at her like she knew, like, okay, I'm the primary, right? But I still gotta get this lady to be down, because if I don't, they'll never follow me. That's the crazy part. It's like, I'm the primary, I'm the leader. I've got the best plans and ideas or whatever, but still, I got to get her to get everybody else to be down with the plot.
The lesson here is the difference between politics and governance. Okay, politics is distribution of power. Okay, so Jane's got this whole political thing inside her head, which is getting in the way from actually running stuff and helping the girl heal. And again, I'm gonna be that guy. I told y'all this was coming. I knew that the moment all the other personalities started eating the darkness, I'm like, now they're gonna be more complete and they're gonna be fighting for their own independence. Even though if they get their way, the girl dies and they all disappear. And they don't care. Because all the personalities except for Jane, kind of hammerhead, but Jane are looking out for number one. Where Jane's the only one looking out for infinite prime, which is the girl. Everybody else is like, no, me, I. And I'm like, if this is not a commentary on Western civilization, I don't know what is.
Exactly. I immediately flash back to the West Wing, where Jane may be the president, but if you sit fighting the Senate Majority Leader, you're not going to get things done. You're going to have problem governing. Exactly what you said, Sola. So watching her figure
the same metaphor,
that piece out.
Jane isn't the president. Jane is Leo. She is literally the chief of staff. Kay is the president. But Jane is running that fight. Fighting with the other staff members.
I like it.
And it's weird because in that way, you think, especially, she comes in, you see kind of like the little makeshift triage center. You're like, oh, okay, they're definitely going to trust and believe in Jane now because like they followed the control lady. Control lady was wrong. So it should be a slam dunk. Nope.
Should is a very dangerous word, my friend. You see, the control
my father
lady...
had a saying about that. Yeah, my father had a saying. He said, should and shouldn't aren't. We have to live in the world that is.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Are you sure we're not related? Because your elders
Aren't we
sound a
Solar?
whole lot
Aren't
like
we?
my great grandfamily.
I'm like, aren't we?
Shouts to
Well,
Jenna
you know,
James
back
says,
then, the
I
original
can't
Mac,
for
not
season
me.
4. Says, there are mysterious things in this world, but who knows what other secrets and mysteries came inside of the Doom Manor. Talking about, things that you can see for next season, weird, obscure characters you can bring in, stuff like Ragman or Deadman, any of those people, Wonder Twins, maybe, something like that, Ambush Bug. Like, she listed out a whole bunch of people that could possibly.
I love Ambush Bug. I love Ambush Bug.
I ain't gonna lie. I love her brain.
Goes on and says, Ten-Eyed Man, the Heckler, Batmite, like this. Like
I'm hanging out when
random.
Batman shows up.
Now, all right, real talk. As far as obscure characters that would fit within the Doom Patrol, the main one that I'm waiting for a guest appearance on, as far as the good guy side goes, is Animal. I mean,
okay. I see why. Especially with you.
Really? All right. I'm gonna need you to qualify that.
Well, one, you've literally 4 times dropped, I'm a Grant Morrison Animal Man. You've said that multiple times on this stream, so that's first of all.
Fair.
Second of all, that your taste and your aesthetic therein go a lot closer to that direction. And third, that the weirdness that Animal Man can present based upon that source material is very strong, especially with the right actor in the role. I'm looking for, oddly enough, I don't think that's weird enough. I want Brother Power the Geek. I want to go extra weird. I'm like, come on now.
All right, that's fair. I didn't realize I was
after something like, people turning into babies and fighting folks and, Beard Hunter and stuff. I guess you guys gotta keep going weirder, like and like butts.
Let's get
people,
weird. Let's get weird.
I will say this from someone who actually changed their body. Shouts out to Vic. Vic stepped in. Vic said, "Look, all right, Larry, I got your back. All right, look, I'm going to absorb the power thing, the power slug." And I'm gonna get you. We gonna get back to the house, and everything's gonna be all right. And I'm a cross that bridge for you, so you ain't got to do all that. Hove did that, so you didn't have to go through that.
Look, as a Green Lantern fan, I'm always making this argument that powers don't make you a hero. Okay, being a hero comes from in here. And Vic has been the embodiment of that since day one on this show. Shout outs to them having a black writer in the room. Because, when Rita decides to finally become Elasti-Woman, we got Vic on the side saying, "Oh, now? You wait till I lose my powers to get on board."
Like, we should be a super team. They look on TV and he's like, "That's some testicles?" And like, I don't know what that is. It's like two testicles.
I was most worried when I saw that. I was most worried that the penis was going to emerge from the water. I was like, "Oh no, oh no!"
I was like, "This is HBO Max, so we don't know."
And they have the precedent to where that is a legitimate concern.
Yeah,
it was funny. You know what? Also, I thought was funny. Hey, you remember how? Well, I don't know if you. When I was growing up, Cinemax and HBO were at war nonstop, and HBO was like, "Yeah, we're just gonna take that Max thing. We're just gonna take that."
Yeah.
Like, what happened, HBO got the backing of Warner and said, "I've been thinking about our war, and I talked to the person selling us weapons. So why don't according to the person that's selling us all of our armaments." Thank you, Bunny.
Thank you, Bunny.
Our arms dealer actually has an enemy that it wants us to take on. So now it's about rodent versus rodent. So the rabbit's going after the mouse.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
HBO, Cinemax, all that stuff. It's like, nah, son, nah. It ain't about any of that.
It's just one big thing now. And shouts to HBO Max for having all 5 seasons of Martin. You know what I'm saying? I saw that last night. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to WZUP. What's up? What's up? What's up? See, this, you know, shouts out to that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
I miss seeing Tommy and Cole. You know, Cole Brown.
Rest in peace, Tommy.
Rest in peace, Tommy.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta go to work now.
Find out what he did for a living.
Yeah, we did actually at one point, but he ain't got to go to work now, luckily. So
I remember Cole was like, yeah, I got a job working with Tommy. And Martin was like, where is that? He was like, you know that black building on such and such? He was like, yeah. He was like, it's the building right beside that. Like, it's like, yo, we'll never know. But Tommy did work somewhere because he got Cole a job where he worked. So he did work somewhere. But maybe Tommy worked for the CIA.
I got to look this up because I remember, Tisha revealed it. Tisha revealed what he did for a living. Yeah, she said Tommy did have a job. The woman that she was going to fight, who was Martin's teacher, in that episode, it was the first time you hear about Tommy's job. He was a counselor at the Boys and Girls Club. That's what he did all the time.
Oh,
real weird hours.
He had way too much money to be a counselor at the Boys Club. Nah, right? Tommy always looked good.
Actually, no. You know how he looked good? I know this secret. There was a store called Jeans West back in the 90s. And you could go into the back of the store. In the back of the store, they had a $10 section. There was all the stuff that they couldn't sell, and it was cheaper, but it was still fly. I know this because I lived in that section. I would see. I'd be like, people would be like, you got that clothes on that Tommy got on Martin. I'd be like, you right, I do. I surely do. Mm-hmm.
Yo,
right here.
Shouts out to all my people in the clearance section. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Your mama bring you in and take you. You going back there. See
go in the back of Oak Tree. Big. Don't go in the front. Go in the back of Oak Tree. That's not where you want to go in the front,
bro.
You going to the clearance.
The fact that you brought up JW, I'm just like, wow. I got my first pair of Stacey Adams wingtips from Jeans.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I was sporting in 8th grade. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to dress like all these rappers and stuff, but ooh, that's nice. When I first discovered the one rayon.
Oh, not rayon though.
When you got the shirt that's got one color on one side, one color on the other, and it only lasts for about 4 washes. Yeah, I know that shirt.
Like, wow, this color has faded extremely quickly. Oh man,
that's where you guys dropped the ball. I didn't buy stuff in colors. I bought things in shades. So when my stuff faded, I'm like, oh no, new.
Think about it.
So, back to the whole super heroism of it all.
Oh,
it was
nice to see.
It was nice to see Larry be like, "Yo, man, I got this." He was flying, flew up, flew out, and he took a dip. Right.
We are talking the realest superhero on earth. Man. I went through all this. I'm making peace with you. Our friends need help. All right. Nope.
He's like, all right, I've got this, guys. I was like, oh man, look, Negative Man's got this. He's on the case. And I was like, oh well.
It's like he and the negative spirit bonded. The negative spirit's still in him. He's got this. He's a real superhero, and
it's probably more exuberant because it's the negative spirit baby. So now it's it's a little, energized or whatever.
It's like your sequel.
Yeah. So seeing him at least take flight a little bit, it was nice, since he's gone through his trials and tribulations. Now he's taking flight again. So that was cool. training wheels. Just take a little second to get them training wheels on.
Training wheels. I see what you did there. I see that.
So, but I want to flash real quick to Brain. Before Brain was, how should we say, deep fried, broiled, boiled, scalded, if you will.
Poached, if one would say.
Poached.
Poached Brain.
Yo, shouts out to Brain though, living his best life. All right, like I said in the last, homie Pat the lawyer was like, give a look. Like, yo, metal hands. He was like, look, girl. He was chilling, riding in a golf cart, living it up. Like, I feel like Brain is actually a better Cliff than Cliff though, because Brain was just he was in style. Had, nice blazer. It wasn't some ripped up, ratty jacket. You know what I mean? And he wasn't looking stiff no more. I mean, the guy had relaxed and calm about him. He was good.
Brain had a choice.
True,
Okay.
true.
Everybody's a better Cliff than Cliff. Anybody could be a better Cliff than Cliff. Cliff's a terrible Cliff.
And Brain had a choice. This is important.
True.
Cliff woke up one day and was a robot. Brain was like, I refuse to die. I'm going to put myself in a Cuisinart. 70 years later, he's like,
not a Cuisinart though.
So yeah, that's the difference between Brain and Cliff. Of course, Brain is going to be a better Cliff. It's one of those people that's like, all right, so I'm gonna get personal. So have y'all ever had those people in your life that literally said, if I had what you had, I would rule the world? Yeah. And you're sitting up going, I got what I got and I don't see it. Or you would rule the world because if you had what I had, it would be in addition to what you had.
Yes, that part.
And and that's where that was. The Brain was literally looking at Cliff saying, if I had what you had, I would rule the world. And Cliff was going, the hell are you talking about? I'm not ruling the world. I'm stuck in this idiotic body from that jerk that put me in it, So, and that's the thing, like the Brain knew what Cliff had more than Cliff knew what Cliff had.
Yep.
Okay. And then the Brain took what Cliff had and added it to what the Brain already had. So of course he's going to be better.
Yep.
All right,
of course.
Okay.
Yeah, because Cliff wasn't trapped in that robot body. Cliff was trapped in that dumb mind. Cliff was still making the same terrible decisions that he made as a human.
Yeah. Good. Now, Jenna James doubles down saying, Rita and that scene where she pours the boiling water on the Brain was absolutely savage and lethal. Like,
bruh.
But I love how she did it when nobody was looking though. She was like, all right, look, I know y'all know me as this like nice, soft, demure young lady. But look, let me tell you, I'll kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. This Rita or Elasta woman, we skip girl. She went straight from, no, we shall do this and it shall all be good and happy to straight up gangster.
Yeah, that was
straight gangster.
Ooh. That was
because
all right, think of it this way. It could have been quick and painless, but she made sure. I mean, she enjoyed it. She didn't boil the water on high. Nah, she put that water on low. Let it boil. Let it take a long time to boil. You know what I'm saying? Let it take a long time to get up.
Interrogated. That was cold and practical. Actually, you know what it reminded me of? That whole scene, and I'm about to go way back. So put on your seatbelts because I'm about to do a big throwback. Ready? It reminded me of the Janet Jackson story arc from Good Times.
Wow.
Where she's talking with her mom, and her mom is like, oh no, I already locked that because that's the first place you hide. Then she unplugs the iron. And it cuts to commercial. No, Mama, I'll be good. I'll be good, Mama. I'll be good.
Penny,
And
man. They burnt Penny.
That was the definition of fear. You just like I got goosebumps with that memory. Wow.
Yeah, because I'm serious. That's what it was. As soon as Rita put the water on, and it's like, maybe I am evil, and I'm just like, she just unplugged the iron. This ain't cool.
Yep.
I was feeling bad for Brain because I'm like, bro, much like Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones, you just overplayed your hand.
Yeah, he.
Why you had to do that to Jaime now? Come on now.
Yo, it was a dope scene.
Power is being screwed by a corporation right now. I'm in a mood. All right.
Wow.
All right, now, quick shout out to ZSB Lou. People have been throwing out people they want to see next season, but one particular person that he brought up, Egg Foo. Now, look, I never heard of Egg Foo. So I did a quick search.
Would not last a scene. I'm good. So fat, he would not last a scene.
Larry would make him an omelet.
After seeing a basic search of Egg Foo, I'm like, oh, this is crazy enough to be on the show.
Absolutely.
I was like, this is crazy. Who was sitting around like, yeah, Egg Foo. Like I've got it. But I do like that this show is showing like, hey, there's weird stuff out there that like Superman ain't messing with. You know, Wonder Woman ain't messing with this stuff.
Egg Foo is actually a Wonder Woman villain.
It was the 50s.
Egg Foo was created. Well, Egg Foo was created in 1965 by Robert Kanigher and Ross Andru in Wonder Woman 157.
You're kidding me?
Nope.
You only put the link in the chat.
Wow.
No, I got the internet. I ain't got to be right. The internet's right.
And
I'm just saying, like in a joking way, like you're kidding me. They said, all right, Wonder Woman, she got all these powers. Who's a great villain to make up for her? Egg Foo.
Yes.
Wow.
It was a different time.
Brought to you by DC Comics.
This was in the time where Iron Man's arch nemesis had the horrible superpower of being Chinese.
Oh man.
Not wrong.
Yeah,
okay, so what's up with this guy? Oh, he's a communist industrialist. Yeah, that's Iron Man's greatest foe.
Yeah, then Marvel does a travesty again and look, guys, the movie's on Disney Plus now. I don't want to hear nothing about spoilers. But anyway, Marvel pulls a travesty again by killing him, who may be one of the best actors in the whole flick, and also has some great motivations and could be used later on. I was like, are y'all gonna kill him? I was like, y'all gonna kill him? Don't you kill him? Oh, there you go.
Okay, are we talking about spoilers now? Because he couldn't be allowed to live in the same way that a certain Eternal could not be allowed to run loose through the universe, because it would have made everybody look bad, and they don't need that.
Real bad, because it was Tony Stark is the haphazard villain of the MCU.
But I mean, look, whatchamacallit, dude from I can't think of his name. Dude from Age of Ultron, he lived. He in the club dancing. You know what I mean?
He was a bear. I mean, he was at best he was a planner. At best he was at worst he's just a guy. He can't hit nobody that hard. He hit nobody.
Yeah, it's just dang, like straight up, like he was a dope character. And as far as the actor in general, I like him. But I'm like, yo, hold up. Y'all can maybe put him in jail. He can be like maybe a Hannibal Lecter type for y'all or something. But don't get rid of no. And I was like, y'all gonna get rid of him. I know I can feel it in my bones.
He was on a singular mission to get to that dragon. What she thought was his. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's right. Watch it on Disney Plus. He was on a singular mission, and the sacrifice that he made in that was the perfect character arc for him. It was a perfect. redemption of bringing him in with his. I mean, I appreciate you'd love to see the actor some more, but for the character nailed it in everything that happened.
Yeah, like the character. I mean,
I
does
watched
make
it for the
sense,
first time, I think 2 days ago. And when I saw that, I'm like, I hate to see him go, but perfect decision, no notes. Okay.
You know who else like that? Cottonmouth. You don't want to let Cottonmouth go, but Cottonmouth walked so Blade could fly.
I'll get with that. All right. So real talk. I was fine with it for 2 reasons. One, they didn't really set him up as a bad guy. They set him up as a misguided bad guy. And I'm a little tired of that. Just like I have
he killed a lot of people though. He killed a lot of people. Like a lot.
Well, I think Marvel in general likes to keep their door open because now with the success and popularity of Loki, they're like, all right, well, let's keep the door open. Let's not make this guy too big. So just in case he gets the algorithm moving and everything, then we can be like, we'll bring him back. Or like Jenna James said, he'll come back as a variant. He'll be back as a variant and everything will be all right.
I'm waiting for Variant Killmonger, y'all. Variant Killmonger, come on.
Man, Variant Killmonger.
I'm just going to start because I don't want this to turn into the barbershop discussion from Coming to America.
Yeah.
Variant Killmonger, Variant Killmonger, Variant Killmonger. Ah.
All I hear, Variant Killmonger.
All I hear, Rocky Marciano.
Is speaking of
Variant feel like Jason Reeves is about to pop up, but okay.
Thinking of Killmonger, it reminds me of when you were bringing you Hannibal were bringing up Killmonger and Tupac in like the same discussion. I saw an interview with Tupac on YouTube like day before, yesterday, something like that. It's sad that he's saying things about law enforcement and black men that's like still relevant. Like we should be able to look back and be like, oh, remember that old crazy stuff? Or we could go back further. Broken glass everywhere. People pissing on the corners. They just don't care. I can't take the smell, can't take the noise. Got no money to move out. We should be looking at like, man, good thing we got past that.
I'm sorry. Martin Delaney and Marcus Garvey just entered the chat. I'm sorry. What is that?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, them too. But I'm saying, you think
it doesn't change at all, player.
I know, but you think, all right. So now we got more modern times. Maybe this is a chance. Nope. Still same old mess. Like, but yeah. So you got Killmonger come in and do some help. Just be like, all right, look, don't be too much help. All right.
Oh, he's never helped. I'm just like Michael Jordan on screen. I'm entertained by him. I think the quotes are hilarious. But yeah, he's the worst.
I mean, I'm down with you. I'm just like,
glad that has been.
But I'm down with you. I just don't know if I want to go like full. Like I had a conversation one time. There was some clip from some person on a news channel that I don't know if you should really be able to call them news. But anyway, I was like, yo, ain't nobody trying to kill y'all. Like, by and large, we want y'all to just leave us alone. Just leave us alone. Just stop doing WS things. Leave us alone. Nobody's coming to your house. Leave us alone. But Killmonger's like, leave us alone, and I'm gonna make you leave me alone.
And I'm gonna blow up your house. And I'm probably gonna sleep with your daughter. Just because I can.
Just because I can. Man, so anyway, back to Doom Patrol. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Doom Force.
Doom Force.
It looks like we'll be starting the next season with a team. A maybe not full-fledged team. We don't know if they're fledged. But it will be a team. Because Vic wrote down Vic been waiting a long time to write that list. Because that list came out too fast. All right?
Yep.
He was like, point 1, 1, 2, 3. Like yeah. So, but it's good because now we're like, okay, now we're stepping into some form of heroism. They were called superpowered eccentrics.
Which is fair. That's fair.
They are eccentric. They are
eccentrics. I would say crazy people. They were superpowered crazy people.
They helped us, but
Because
they also said the F word a whole lot.
And insane.
Well, I believe saying crazy people is considered ableist, so we have to on television say they're eccentric.
Yeah. It's
I'm
even though
the
like
difference between eccentric and crazy is $1.3 billion. So since they rolling hard,
especially since we just had 2 parts of Drink Champs with someone who for 4 hours had a stream of consciousness, which it was like, bro, you just contradicted yourself from like 1 minute ago. Like, but shouts to everybody who still loves Ye. Like that man.
I miss the old Kanye.
Man, look, pretty much anything after My Twisted it's not for me.
Exactly. And some of that is a little sketchy.
Like, and I give him that because the stuff that he did with Rizzo on that, like music stuff, I'm not tripping. Like, but even around My Twisted, he was still like he was tripping. Like he
put on the
he
red
Harriet
hat.
Tubman tripping, but he was
put
tripping.
on the red hat and I'm out.
Bro. So
see, I sorry guys. Now we're dealing in a world that is not mine. I've been away from hip hop.
Trust me, you missed 4 hours. I had to cover it, but trust me, you missed 4 hours of like just a rich guy just babbling and kind of making half points here and there, but still mostly just babbling.
Broken clocks are still right twice a day. That don't mean they're not broken.
In opposed to listening to Life of Pablo on repeat. I mean,
yeah,
man,
no,
Life of Pablo.
I'm good.
Yeah.
If I need some hip hop, I have Toby and Wigway. I don't need anything. I'm good. I got Lady Alicia. I got Toby and Wigway. I don't need to mess with the shenanigans.
I got Kendrick, first 2 De La Soul albums, and Eric B and Rakim, which still slaps. So I'm good.
Shouts to De La Soul, who may be the best hip hop group of all time. I've been thinking about that. Most consistent lyrically, never broke up. Still producing today. Like
never fell off. Never you don't have like an album like, oh, do you remember the Whack album of theirs? You don't have one of those.
Nope. They don't have the Whack album.
Nope.
Like so
weren't the first to introduce skits on hip hop albums? With De La Soul.
If they were not the first, they were in the first 5. They were in the first 5 if they were not the first.
Yeah, because
Public Enemy did them too.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a big Prince Paul thing. So
and he would have done that with his previous group. Yeah.
So yeah, you're if not the first, they were in around the beginning.
They were first wave, let's call it.
They were the first ones to do funny skits. I will give you that.
Man.
There were skits. I remember skits, but they were the first ones to do funny skits.
Man. They had some funny skits, for real.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Doom Patrol. To wrap this
Doom
up.
Force! I'm
Back
gonna
to
keep doing
Doom
that every
Force.
time you do that.
Starting with Solar Gray. What do you want for season 3? And tell people where they can find you.
All right. Well, for season 3, honestly, I am happy with wherever it goes, and I'll tell you why. I was commenting to my girl about this as I watched it, and a really good friend of mine who's a film critic said about Avengers Endgame that it was like stopping at the perfect point after having a really good meal. Like you were going, I'm good with that. Okay. And I didn't feel that with Endgame, but I definitely felt it with this season finale. In truth, if they never release another episode of Doom Patrol, I'm satisfied. So everything from here is gravy. It's one of those, if they take it in a direction where they try and be a superhero team and it becomes more than CW, those first 3 seasons were so strong that if I hate everything after, I can watch those first 3 at least 5 more times. So whatever they give for season 3, I'm happy. I'm good. If I had to say, like, if this is a question that I can't not answer, a return of Mr. Nobody and a return of Chief, but as the head on the platter. Okay,
Wow.
that's what I want. I want decapitated Chief, who loves milkshakes. If I get that, I don't care what else comes out. And for those of you guys that are going, what is this Negro saying? Look it up. just look it up.
All right, where can they find you?
And they can find me Monday through Friday at twitch.tv/BID_P. And at 3 p.m. And my shows are getting longer. It used to be 3 to 4. Now it's looking to be like 3 to 6, 3 to 7, depending on the show. You can also find me on YouTube under Solar Gray, where you can check out a whole lot of the archives. And I'm still expanding the Wizards Tower, so we're coming. And hopefully, if things work out with the state, we'll see what's going on post-COVID at a community center near you.
Cool. All right, Hannibal.
You're too far away.
All right, Hannibal. What you looking forward to?
For the next season, like Solar, I'm very satisfied with the show that I have. But if I have to have a wish list, I desperately do want to see Ambush Bug, because with his teleportation power, he's not very difficult to film. You can just, all right, stop, and then stand over there, and let's start again. It's super easy to film, so I would love to see Ambush Bug.
Add a flash in After Effects, we're good.
Exactly. I would, as I said, I want to go extra weird. I would love to go with Brother Power the Geek. I would love to see that. And there's a certain part of me that would like to see something super weird from like Prody from the Legion of Superheroes, or like, to get super extra, super weird, or like Chemo. We've already gotten Starro, so I'd like to see a Chemo happen at that size and scale, to just be weird and mess some stuff up. I'm in favor of that.
Man, you had to bring up my favorite DC super team. You're killing me. So yeah.
Again, I know I'm playing to the audience now. I'm playing the history guy. So you can find Project Wildfire in comic book stores November 24th, coming very soon. You can find, I just finished this season of False Flag, which is absolutely free adventure fiction, subversive adventure fiction on operative.net. It's available for free, and it's all available right now. That season, you can binge it if you'd like. And you can find me every week on the iHeartRadio podcast, Nerdorama with Mo and Tawala. My reviews will be on bleedingcool.com. Every week, I'm the head comics reviewer there. And you can use @Hannibal Taboo, HANNI, B as in bounce, AL. T as in tough, A, B as in bounce, U. That's on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, the side of Darth Vader's lightsaber, and everywhere that you'd like to be.
Wow. Well, yeah, that's a lot. So, as far as me, next season, I would like to see them solve a couple of problems, like fight some weird supervillains, but in a way where it doesn't come off the way like Avengers do it, in a way where it's like very weird and funny and people don't really know whether to thank them or not. But then I'd also like them to face off against something like Amazo, and they end it like that. So it's like the testicles take forever and they like ruin a whole town, but Amazo is like, like this okay. Something like a serious threat. It's like no no problem. And then like the weird, like, I don't know, maybe the butts attack again, and it takes like a whole episode for them to get it under control. Like, so just, maybe like fumbling around trying to be some sort of team. And shouts out to the bunny. I guess the mouse has invaded. As you can see, it's time for Cap to come in. So, NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places. Big shout out to Malcolm Lee, Jenna James. We had ZSB Lou. Anyone in here that might be getting their lurk on, much love to all y'all. We got podcasts, Spotify for music, all that jazz. We gonna leave y'all. Who we gonna leave with? Who you going? Arcatron, Parker Lewis, and War High Sign. So with that said, from us to you, you've been chilling. Peace. Say peace. Show him the shield. So, you don't want none of that.
I guess I'm a shield.
Anyway, we out, y'all.
It's so like
I'm the man, yes sir, that killed a bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I was legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the pack of Lewis.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too short, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grinding cause we all came from hunger.